One of the girls involved in this Slenderman stabbing has been ordered into treatment, thank goodness, by a Wisconsin judge. Morgan Geyser, the girl accused of planning the attack and wielding the knife, has been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Early onset schizophrenia typically comes on 18 to 22. It can even come on in childhood or middle adolescence. Back with Deneen, Lisa, and Mark, and I want to explain some of these features of adolescent mental illness generally. So if you have a kid that is withdrawing from friends and family, the number one sign of trouble is a sudden drop in performance at school, trouble sleeping, appetite changes, irritability, depressed mood, lack of motivation. Any of those. I know Mark's going to say it's just a 15-year-old, right?
No, but that's also drug use. I mean,
it is any mental illness. It's very hard to tell an adolescent what kind of mental illness you're dealing with. But you see any of those things I just listed, you need to see a doctor. Do not assume it's just a teenage behavior. And then the last thing in this particular case was bizarre behavior and bizarre thinking. Let me be super clear. We are not justifying the behavior. We are trying to understand the behavior. How a 12-year-old could do something so heinous because her brain isn't working right. She has a disease called schizophrenia where she believes the things that she does have meaning. When you give her medication to treat the schizophrenia, that stops. Not a justification, it's an understanding. She, as we've been discussing, is still in big trouble. Back with Deneen, Lisa, and Mark. And as you said, she's probably going to go to prison because they won't be able to prove insanity anyway.
Well, you'll probably get a
psychiatric hospital or something.
Listen, I was watching you and I'm going, I would hire him. He's an amazing witness. No, that was passionate. That was wonderful. I could have used you in my last trial. I needed you.
I'm tired of people saying we're justifying. I am not justifying anything.
Correct.
I'm understanding how humans do horrible things. I couldn't understand much of the forensic file case. I don't understand that.
But you know what else is part of the explanation, though? We have to give some attention to this online content that these little girls are looking at, clearly age inappropriate for them. And it just underscores how important it is that parents have to be aware of what your kids are looking at online.
But again,
I mean, yes, they're in the other room, they're quiet, but you got to go look at their browser history and you got to talk to them about it.
Especially at-risk youth. Those are the ones that this is an at-risk kid. The at-risk kid's the one that go far beyond what they would have done had it not been for some of those motivating influences, right?
And more than what they're seeing online, it's the fact that they're obviously not interacting with their parents enough for them to have picked up on the signs that there's some type of mental health issue going on as well.
But then
so there's so many things that are in play here. There's how much time they spend looking at stuff that they shouldn't be looking at, and nobody is supervising them. Nobody's paying attention.